Oh, hello, Internet. Welcome back. It's the Horgihugh channel, and it's Horgihugh. What's Horgihugh? New game that just came out on Steam. Re-released, I suppose, from a classic arcade or console game from Lionwing, who I do need to thank for providing this game. So, big thanks to Lionwing for providing our Steam key for today's video as well as the whole series. But yeah, we got a horizontal shoot 'em up with a little bit of Doggers action here. Yeah, it's kind of reminiscent of a lot of like classic side scroller shoot 'em ups for that matter, where you have your your regular sort of P shot, but it does get upgraded with our sort of ally ship that kind of comes by, and the more power-ups we pick up, the better our bombs and our fire gets. Oddly enough, that sort of power-up metal does kind of pop off the top of the screen, as well as we have our store right there as well. So sometimes he comes around just to give us power-ups, but then we can actually spend some of our gems that we collect by killing enemies on cool new upgrades that just sort of happen, for this run / for this life. Looks like some weapon upgrades, missile upgrades, bomb upgrades, and then other things on the right. Missile type, bomb type, plummet, spread. Got 6,000. But yeah, it seems pretty cool right now. We have it on normal difficulty. There is an easier difficulty, which I think we might want to like dance upon a little bit if this is turning out to be a little bit too much for us for our 1cc, which I'd like to do. We don't necessarily have anything else on the horizon to really sink our teeth into. So Horgihugh might be our next good like foray since our sort of hiatus back into Schmuppington. But yeah, we have our top left corner. We have our lives, of course, represented by our heads there. We have our yellow gauge, which is a sort of super bomb. I think it kills projectiles and enemies, probably not bosses if it's full. Then we also have that blue blinking gauge, is a sort of loop-de-loop gauge or a dodge gauge, perhaps. It gets filled up with the the blinking gems that we pick up, and yeah, when you press the dodge button, you do kind of do a sort of loop-de-loop, and you become invincible for a short time. Past that, we have our our equipment or loadouts slots there, kind of showing what type of weapons we're using. And finally, our sort of high score there, and that's really just about it, aside from dodging every projectile in the world. One thing I have to say, which is kind of almost reminiscent of our my Monkey King videos I did with Epic Save Room. As fun as this game is, the first thing I immediately caught on to, oh, that is not the greatest sound ever, hitting that sort of metal block there. Oh, shit. A 1-up down there, as well as some point power-ups. Yes, I was saying, one thing I had noticed, a real lack of options, and particularly key binding. Using using my keyboard, which probably wouldn't be necessarily recommended. Holy shit. Completely distracted by one thing or another, and just taking it from this first level boss. First with the laser, and then regular old bullets. But yeah, for those usually using keyboards, I know it's a sort of a, I don't know how many people are actually using keyboards nowadays to play shmups, but I almost do exclusively. And yeah, the default controls are a little weird on this. You have your right shift key as your fire, and your right control as your sort of dodge or loop to loop. And you have like enter and space bars to do other, your enter does your like your Omega Blast, and then you have your shift does your it changes the orientation of your helper when you have enough upgrades to earn them, sort of thing. So overall, it's kind of spread out on the bottom right of the keyboard, kind of clunky, and that'd been fine if that's just a default, but you can't necessarily change it out. You can't change it to your Z, ZXC, V buttons, which I would probably necessarily put that. It's just sort of spread out oddly over there, and it kind of does feel like, very reminiscent of Monkey King, where it was sort of the default arcade controls, particularly. Shield. We're going to learn to love that, I think. It would take 5,000 of our 6,000 gems, but it does save us from one shot. I mean, the game certainly is a lot more playable, functionally, with these controls than Monkey King. Monkey King was absolutely insane. I ought to look back and see if they've updated that anything whatsoever, because I think that was, if I remember correctly, that was bonkers crazy. At least this one has rapid fire. At least you can hold the shift button and you can still kind of go, and the directions are still on your keyboard or your your arrow keys. Thank God. But yeah, you can't really assume your default controls are going to make everyone happy. So we some options to rebind your controls, considering there's only 4 or 5 of them, excluding the directionals. It really should be included in the game here. But I mean, so far, just learning placing your hands in a certain way differently than normal, I mean, isn't necessarily showing too much challenge, although we have been sort of tagged for some strange damage here and there. But as you can tell, like, it oh shit, here we go. It's definitely feast or famine with this game. When your life is good type of thing, and you're just killing everything before they even can fire back at you. Especially when you got your buddy and you've got all this insane weaponry going. But as soon as you die and you go back to your pea shooter, it's like, oh fuck. There's a weird rhythm to those. Oh man, that's rough. So yeah, with the screen full of nonsense, I try to just kind of go for that Omega Strike, that sort of essentially our screen clearing bomb, and yeah, even trying to reach up to the enter button is just a little too weird. Something I'll have to get used to, or I don't know. Oh my god. Those guys are... What are we looking for? I was gonna say, those guys are sons of bitches coming off on that left side of the screen there. I mean, those upgrades showing particularly helpful when you don't have any power-up medals. You sort of need something to... Oh my god, what... This is turning out real bad. But yeah, here we are. Like we're saying, kind of feast or famine, and now we're like, oh. I think this is going to be our bomb, however. Yeah, that's just our single bomb. Luckily, some enemies, yeah, like that guy there, give us power-ups as well. So it kind of is a good, decent combo here. Yeah, that guy completely... Yeah, that's tough. Completely off the screen, throws his metal, and the metal barely reaches the screen whatsoever. So it's really hard to, project where that metal is going to kind of be thrown. Here we are. Oh my god. I mean, if we can keep an eye, keep the slightest bit of tension to the left side of the screen, I think we'll be okay. Ah, and I mean, if we can kill those purple guys, the guys with the destructible bullets, I think they have power-ups in them every time you kill them as well. So it would be advantageous, I was going to say, to kind of combo them with our other guys. Oh my god. And as I was saying, like, that easy mode, I think is looking more and more our speed. Just not necessarily although this sort of piercing laser seems to be like really where it's at. I can definitely see those, like, yeah, those sort of snake enemies. Where are they? Oh yeah, this guy. If you can get that missile right at, yeah, there we are. Yeah, make some good work of that. And while we have our buddy here, we can press the space button to kind of change him from our, him firing at our top or bottom or behind us type of thing. And I suppose there's different reasons for doing so, You throw them on your top and, you're getting a widespread of, bullets going on. But I mean, to be completely honest, that stretch of the hand, I'd have to peel my hand off the fire button. It's just, yeah. I guess right now I'm just sort of satisfied with where he is. I don't I wouldn't necessarily move him. Not a dire need particularly. All right, let's see if we can not own ourselves. It looks like, the more we shoot at them. All right, fucky hell. Oh my, leaky submarine there with, like, very concerned about getting through the blocks without killing ourselves, and unfortunately didn't kill those guys fast enough before a wall of fire just kind of claimed us there. I mean, I suppose we could have easily have used our, dodge to kind of not get annihilated, but a few things to remember here. Here comes another pretty important. Oh my god. Yeah. I'm a bit unlucky, huh? Couldn't necessarily have one or the other. You're either going to get stomped or you're not going to get powered up. I mean, that's what we want. Kill them. There we go. That's exactly. I was like, that's exactly what we're talking about. Getting these upgrades early in these levels. Just making sure we're not getting owned by anything that's coming off that left side of the screen. $6,700. I mean, what do we do, right? I think that's the best idea. Now that we're kind of got a good loadout, I mean, not particularly like whatever, but let's kind of protect it at least. It would have been nice to grab both those power-ups, but oh, now we're fully equipped up. Now that once our buddy shoots his own, drops his own bombs, now it's all just bonus points. Just don't make any stupid moves. Yeah, kill those guys before it gets too treacherous. But yeah, feast or famine, obviously, when it's good, and when it's Not so good. You're kind of wishing it was better. Oh, no. Stupid dodge there. We lost our shield. Oh, my God. I can't even handle. Alright, we got both gauges full. And this should be our twin shot as well. Alright, I don't feel so bad, but really squandering our, like, awesome offense there right at the last second. Alright, let's not just get baited into a power-up by the boss. Alright, easy enough. Okay, second form. I mean, yeah, we can drop some bombs on him as well. Oh, Jesus. There's our little loop there. We kind of did it off the screen there, but... Heck yeah, buddy. Oh yeah, buddy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. When it's good, it's good. That's second level at least. Hey. Not so bad. Oh, although, like, immediately I'm finding, like, I do not want to dodge bullets in the snow. What even is happening? Oh, great. Now we have, like, a full-on blizzard. Well, you know what? As bad as we've been playing, I'm at least glad we made it this far. 6 stages, I believe, fully in the game, unless there's, like, some secret, you're so good stages. So, we're in stage 3. I mean, for our first video... I don't know how we dodged that bullet. Just by pure luck. Let's get... Yeah, simple stuff. Let's just protect possibly our final life. Some upgrades for our buddy. Twin shot and twin bomb for him. It seems like a kind of a cool idea. Although I wonder, if it's really a good idea if we're going to, take a ton of damage and lose our bonuses. Okay. I mean, so far so good. Pretty doable. Nothing too wild and crazy so far. All the bonuses. Giving me all the bonuses. I mean, we certainly should be using our dodge a lot more than we have been. I think we certainly have learned that we would certainly have more lives than we do if we were just kind of a bit more... well-trained. I mean, considering this contact damage and like most shmups, we are. That was a little harrowing. I was gonna say we're in a kind of a odd spot here. Oh man. Yeah, one up right there, but that is it. That's rough. Full-on collapse in the cave there. But yeah, that's fun. We'll certainly come back and play some more of that. But yeah, possibly easy mode. We'll see what happens. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, do all that stuff. And we'll come back and play some more Horgihugh in the future.